Alrighty, everyone. Here it is, the official, the one, the only Nick's Picks. So today on the docket we have which is the best burger place, In-N-Out Burger or Whataburger. This is something I've discussed with several people in depth with, and this was something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So let's get into it now. We have to break it down into categories, make rules. So there is before the meal, four categories for before meal, pre-meal, if you will. It is environment and staff, menu options, the price, and also presentation. Each of those categories is worth 10 points, totaling 40 points. The meal itself, fries, 10 points, drinks, 10 points, and then burgers are going to be worth 20 points because the burgers themselves should be worth the most because, hey, it's a burger place, so it should be good. And after the meal, it's only 20 points. It is going to be what is it? Cool points, so general cool things that they have, and then the overall feeling that I got from eating at each of them, totaling 100 points. The numbers that I give out for each category are subjective to me and me alone, and I am coming up with them right on the spot. Now, the idea is to be as unbiased as possible, so I'm going to review one and then I'm going to review the other in each category. So I'm going to use a few visual aids throughout this entire video, and it'll be up to you to determine whether or not they were gotten from me or found on the internet. Okay, so the first one is environment. We'll start with In-N-Out for each category. Environment of In-N-Out Burger is really nice because when you come in, you see it's a very clean place. It's somewhere that you might want to stay for a while. It's also going to include staff in the environment, and the staff at Whataburger is really good, especially for a fast food place. That's generally because they tend to pay their staff a little bit more than a lot of other places do. So it's not minimum wage. It's at least 10 bucks an hour, and depending on the location, if it's really busy, it might be up to $15 an hour. So, like I said, very clean environment after every single one that I go to. Clean bathrooms, and it's a place that I feel like I would want to be there for a while. Obviously, the palm trees gives you a very California feel, and you get what they're going for. So, In-N-Out Burger, I will give an 8. All right, now we're going on to Whataburger. Okay, the staff at Whataburger, from Whataburger to Whataburger, varies greatly. I've gone to some where they've been very great and super easy with the order, and then others where there was one in particular I asked for a Neapolitan shake. When I asked for that, the person behind the counter was like, "Oh!" It seemed like his head was gonna explode. Staff there's not always the best. Also, there are times that I've gone there and it's been dirty and unclean, different Whataburgers. However, there are others that are very family friendly and ones that I actually feel like home. So, like I said, Whataburger tends to vary a lot more from location to location in the environment for this. So, I am going to give them actually a 7. So, 7 for Whataburger. Next up, the menu option, In-N-Out Burger. Really limited menu. Okay, it's not very much, as you will be able to see with this graphic. Yes, the menu options are super limited. It's not really what do you want, it's how much of it do you want, how many slices of meat and cheese do you want. But that being said, they also have a secret menu which allows for a little bit more customization. So it does add a little bit more variation than what you might be seeing. However, it's really not a whole lot. So for In-N-Out Burger, I have to give them a 6 for the menu. 6 for menu options for In-N-Out Burger. Now we go to Whataburger, and their menu options are off the chain, yo. Also, what's great about them is you can customize it in any way. You can ask for extra ketchup, bacon, no mustard, a little bit of mayonnaise, and some onions. I don't know why you would want to eat a burger that way, but you could. That's the cool thing about it. And with Texas toast, that allows for even more customization, and you'll see their menu is like twice the size. So they have a lot of different options, a lot of variation, and breakfast, including a honey butter chicken biscuit that is to die for, yo. It is like so good. So I'm gonna give them extra points for that and actually give them a 9. A 9 is what Whataburger will get on their menu options. On to the price of the burger. In-N-Out Burger, starting with it, let's take a look again at the menu of In-N-Out Burger, and what you'll see is that the price of the meal is actually the price of each particular item in that meal added up together. So what that means is, like, if you got a burger by itself, a French fry by itself, and then a medium drink by itself, it would cost the same as if you got the number one meal. Assuming you got the double double. Each one is fair priced and it's very simple. A little bit more for the customization that I think the menu itself lacks. The meal that I purchased for In-N-Out Burger ended up costing me exactly $7.79. That was for the double double, fries and a drink, and so that is actually a pretty good price if you can get out of there under $8. Really, what you'd like is like $5. If you can get a meal for $5, you are golden. But that's not too bad. So what I'm going to do for the price of In-N-Out Burger, I'm going to give it an 8. Now onto the price of Whataburger. The burgers themselves tend to be a little bit more expensive. I got the patty melt meal, and the patty melt itself is just over $5 if you get it by itself. However, when you get it as a total meal, it will cost you $8.60. It's a good idea to get it with fries and a drink. You save money if you do it that way. But if you get them all separately, it'll cost more, unlike In-N-Out Burger. You'll see the size of this burger in just a second. And you'll see actually that the size is so much bigger that really, what is it, like an extra 80 cents, I think, more to get the patty melt meal as opposed to the In-N-Out Burger meal is pretty good. Like, I have to give them props for that. I'm going to give Whataburger a 7 on this. Next up is presentation. All right, presentation is key. It shows that they put care into their work. So first I'm going to show you In-N-Out Burger, and you'll see in the image there that the burger's to one side, the fries are in a little compartment that is completely open-faced with a napkin over it, and then a little piece of salt. Now, when I'm describing this image, I'm actually not looking at it, but I can tell you that that's exactly what it is because that's what it is every single time that you order there. That's what they do when it is for here. However, when you've got to go, they have this lovely bag here. Look at this. Ooh la la, In-N-Out Burger. It's a wider bag than I was thinking. And it's funny, if you look inside here, which I don't think I can show you. Yeah, you can kind of see it. That's a napkin right up there over the food of the actual burger itself. And you can see in there that they, again, put a lot of care into it. In-N-Out Burger gets a 9 for presentation. When you get Whataburger, they are always folded up nicely in and wrapped very, very well in those yellow packages that are quintessential to Whataburger. And you'll see the fries, depending on what kind of fries you get, large, medium, whatever, are placed separately and with the fries almost spilling out. Just talking about it now and looking at that image is like, ooh, that's really, really nice. It's very enticing. However, it's not quite as delicate. It's sometimes the fries kind of spill out everywhere. Sometimes they're all still compact. It just changes again. It's really a variation kind of thing. Now we're going on to the section of the to-go area a little bit. This right here, you'll see the fries kind of fell over, obviously, but that's just how they are. And then under that is the burger itself. It looks okay. It just kind of looks like they put one on top of the other. Again, not much effort the way the other one is, but it's not bad because it's still enticing in the way that it has. Those fries are open, ready for you, and that burger smells so good. So I'm going to give it an 8 in presentation, just because I think they could care a little bit more about it, but they don't. So 8 for presentation for Whataburger. Now we're going to go to the food itself. All right. First up, we are going to talk about the French fries of In-N-Out Burger. Yay! Alright, so let's take a look at these bad boys right here. Oh my gosh, look at this. I really like the way that the French fries are up and open. Very cool. I like the presentation. Okay. Next up is the fries themselves. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that these fries are not as good as a lot of other ones just because they tend to be a little bit softer. However, my humble opinion, and really it's the only one that matters because you're watching this video still, is that these fries are dope AF. I mean, this does not look soft to me, right? This is so good. Well, taste the potato, starch, the crunch of it. Oh, there's still that softness on the inside. I give it extra bonus points because even they're a little bit cold right now because I had to get them here. And even then, they're still so good, and they haven't lost like a lot of fries. Will after you let them sit for a little bit, will kind of start to sag a little bit and get gross because the heat has made them saggy and not as crunchy as they used to be. But not those fries because of the way that they're made, and they're ballers. So good. Okay, just so good. All right. They're very starchy. You can taste the potato, but you can also taste some of the salt that's there, and they're freaking delicious, man. Because when you bite them, here, I'm going to take another right here. I don't know if you can see this here, but you can see the potato that's right in there and the yellow crust, right? Also, if you go to the restaurant at the right time, you can see that they are straight up cutting the potato right there in front of you, and you hear them actually cut it. And you see it go into the deep fryer, and you see it come out of the deep fryer. Just talking about it so freaking good. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, I'll stop talking about it. Oh man, I just talk about it more. You know what? I'm not quite sure how these French fries can be better, so we're awarding our first 10 to In-N-Out Burger for their fries. That's right, In-N-Out Burger gets a 10 for their French fries. Next up, we're going to Whataburger. We're going to check out their French fries. All right, cool. Let's check out Whataburger's French fries. Now, first thing right here is we can see that the fries have all kind of curled over a little bit because of the heat thing, kind of like I was talking about a little bit. But they're still really good. And okay, now these when they're warm are really good. And when they're crunchy, they're really good. You can actually taste the salt kind of coming off of these in a really nice way. However, if they're not cooked properly, they tend to be a little bit soft. And again, this is another thing about Whataburgers. They tend to be have a wider variety. There are some fries that you have, and they are so good. They're like, these are the fries that I've always wanted. And then some, even when they're fresh, that are like, like, can you throw them in for just a little bit more? Or throw a bunch at it. But in general, they're very good. These, however, obviously have to sit a little bit, but they didn't hold up as well as the In-N-Out Burger fries. That being said, they're delicious anyway, and because of that, I'm gonna give. Yeah. Also, fun fact about me: French fries are my Achilles heel. So, if you ever want to give me something, give me French fries. All right, I'm gonna give these guys an 8 for their fries because the salt is really kicking butt right now, tasting great, um, but the heat's really gotten to them. And I'm not judging these ones in particular. I'm judging all Whataburger fries from what I've seen in the past. Okay, so that was Whataburger. French fries, they got an 8. I think that's what it was, right? They had an 8. Okay. Next up, the drinks and the drink selection from each one. Okay, so I don't necessarily want to do a side by side comparison, even though I've kind of said Whataburger does this, and does this, blah, blah, blah. But for this one, I do have to show you something. This right here is the In-N-Out Burger drink. Again, aesthetically pleasing, showing you their style. And this right here is Whataburger's drink. Okay, look at the size difference. They are both a medium. I repeat, look at the size difference here. They are both a medium. For In-N-Out Burger, I got the classic burgers, fries, and a Coke. All right, so this right here is Coca-Cola, and boom, hits the spot perfectly. Almost all of their fountain drinks tend to be really great from everyone that I've gone to. Very good. Now, drinks don't just include fountain drinks, right? We're going to go a little bit further here. We're going to say the coffee there. What I like about the coffee, I'm not really a coffee drinker to begin with, but what I like about it is that, see how this one here is red? The coffee one is generally smaller, and then it's brown to show you that it's coffee. That's pretty cool. And then they also have the milkshakes there. Very good. They're very, very thick, but delicious nonetheless. And they have green cups, so I kind of like that variation between the two. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say a 9 for In-N-Out Burger in the drink selection category. Right. Now, Whataburger is clearly a southern restaurant. Okay, so for Whataburger, I did not have the Coke with the burger and the fries. I got instead a sweet tea because that is what you get when you go to a southern place like Whataburger. And oh man, that's good. All right, it hits the spot. That's the important thing about the drink here. It's not necessarily the quality of the drink, but how well does it go with the meal? And both of them go really, really well with this meal. The tea itself is actually going to be a little bit better for that because there's carbonation in soda, but the sweet tea is going to be much smoother. Also, talking about the coffee there, Whataburger coffee is a staple, especially for their breakfast items, which in a burger, but especially if you get in the morning, the breakfast there is great, and they also, of course, have orange juice, that kind of thing, a little bit more selection. Um, and then their milkshakes are also very good. Um, I wouldn't go bananas for the milkshakes, but they're delicious. They're not bad, of course. If you want a milkshake, you go to Whataburger and get a milkshake, right? So just because I wouldn't go bananas for the milkshake, but they do have more options, I'm actually going to give Whataburger a 9 on their drinks as well. All right, now this is it, the moment we've been waiting for, the burgers. I got what is, in my opinion, the best burger from each one. Okay? So, let's start with In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger, interestingly enough, their best burger is the classic double double. All right, I actually got it without tomato or lettuce or the animal sauce, anything like that. I made it very simple: meat, cheese, and bun. And that is why this restaurant is so successful. They do not have as many menu options because they only need one, really. It's not what do you want, it's how much. And you're like, what? It can't be that good. And you take a bite and you're like, oh my gosh, it is that good. So let's take a bite of it, shall we? The smell of it is amazing. Wow, that's good. So the burger's delicious. Um, I want you to take a look at something here. Maybe a little hard to see, but the bread here is very spongy, right? That's how In-N-Out Burger does it. And you see this amount of cheese just kind of oozing out, right? And you'll see the buns themselves have also been cooked really, really well. And it's just kind of seeping all together. The thing about this burger is that there isn't any one particular part of it that's so amazing because they are all so freaking good. And I'm sitting here, I want to give this thing a 19, but I'm really trying to figure out what is wrong with this burger. And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I don't think that I can. Dang, this burger is good. And this hits the spot. Really good, really great burger. I have to do it. I'm giving it a 20. I didn't think I would, but it was just that. Okay. Dear God, this is good. Okay. Okay, I have to put it down. Now, next up, we have Whataburger's Patty Melt. So, let's take a look at what we've got here. This is all the patty melt. Oh, you can just feel the weight. Okay, now I did take a bite of In-N-Out Burger, but again, I want you to see the size difference here, right? Just see that this square, this burger, these are huge patties that go on these things. And like I was saying, wrapped in yellow, very square and neat. Okay, let's open it up and see what we got here. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Right, here we are, our Texas toast. We got that sauce. Oh, it all looks so good. There's going to be some patty melt sauce on here and the Texas toast on here as well. Let's take a bite and see how this sucker is. Mm. Whoa, that's good. Um, okay, so I've had this burger a couple times before, and when you have this burger, there's generally one or two things that kind of steal the show. A lot of times it's the meat or the cheese. This is the first time I've ever had the sauce of this burger steal the show. This is amazing. Holy crap. See these Texas toast things here? They're soft, also kind of like the bun, like the sponge bun of the In-N-Out burger. However, they almost act like a pillow for the rest of the burger to it. And I want you also to take a look at it. You can see the bottom there, squish, and that sauce is just popping right out because there's so much of it on here. Really, really good. Taking another bite because I want it. So the weight of this burger is really, really good. However, I can actually put this burger down. The reason that I can put it down is that that sauce that steals the show and really, especially on this one, steals the show and really makes it special is just a little bit too much of a kick. So right now I feel that kind of heat. Right? It's not that it's spicy and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't handle it, but it's enough to change my taste buds to where that's all I get, and it kind of takes everything else out. So I'm gonna give that burger a 19. Really, really good though. Okay. All right. Now, this part here is cool points. Why do you get cool points? Because you do cool things. Right off the bat, In-N-Out Burger has the secret menu. Now, their menu is already fairly limited. However, if you go online, you can see that they have a secret menu. And before they had online, they still had that secret menu. So it was even more as if you were part of a member of an astute select club. The In-N-Out Burger that I actually went to was posting about drug abuse, and so they're giving money back to help that out, which I think is really, really cool. Another cool thing that In-N-Out Burger has, okay, so they're a California company, right? Um, but more, and they came over here to Texas, which is very cool. I like those kinds of companies that are clearly rooted from a particular place because it shows that they have pride in what they do. So I'm going to give them points for that as well. That being said, it's a little when I'm there, it's a little bit more of a, I don't want to say a corporation, but it's a little bit more of it's the same across the board. So I'm gonna give them an 8 for cool points. They do a lot of cool things that are very cool. So cool, cool, cool. 8 points. All right, now for Whataburger. Okay, the thing that comes to mind right away for Whataburger actually is their slogan, just like you like it. Now, if a company has a good slogan, it's going to want to make me go there. And not only do they have a good slogan, but they have a good guy who says that slogan, right? That voice is a very, very good voice. Other things that they do is that recently, when Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, they closed a lot of their stores and they said that all of their staff was to go help out with hurricane relief in Houston, the Houston area, which is really, really cool. And they donated quite a lot of money to hurricane relief as well. The best thing, while it may not be the first thing that came to mind, it is probably the best thing about Whataburger, is they're very, very family oriented. So it's very much so, it's a thing where you can have your friends get together and kind of talk and just chill out and relax, which is nice. Or you can have your family come together over this kind of meal, which is kind of weird to say, but it's pretty nice. You know what? I'm not quite sure what they can do to be much cooler. So see, though, their environment is enough to make me not always feel that way about them. So I'm going to give them a 9. I'm going to give them a 9, and I feel good about giving them a 9. So 9 for them. Last is the overall feeling that I get when I go to each burger place. In-N-Out Burger. I kid you not, I was on my way there and I started salivating. I wanted one of these things so, so bad. And when I finally got one, I was so satisfied. I don't get to have these very often. However, when I do get to have them, it's like an event. It's a big freaking deal. And the burgers are always very well cooked and always delicious. And the fries are always very well cooked and always delicious. And the soda is always well done and always delicious. And I just enjoy being. The only thing that makes me say that it's not a perfect 10 is that That one I don't quite as much feel as though I can sit there for hours and hours and hours and just talk to people. I do feel like I can sit there for an hour or two and talk to somebody, but it's not quite like I can just lose track of time and not even care and do it. But like I said, the food is amazing, so I have to go ahead and I'm going to give In-N-Out Burger a 9 for overall feeling. It is a 9 right there. Whataburger overall feeling. So I also like to work out, which is the only reason why I can eat all this crap and still be okay. So when you do a really heavy workout, sometimes you just need food. And when you do a really heavy workout, you go to Whataburger and you get a patty melt and you eat the whole thing and you feel amazing. I lost all these calories and I immediately gained them all back. Whataburger is also great if you've had a really bad day and you just need something to make you feel better. So what do? If you're feeling really upset, go to Whataburger. And you go to Whataburger and everything is better all of a sudden because that's just what they do. You sit there with your friends for a while and you can bond over the amazingness of the food, or you can just talk about a bunch of other things. It can be really nice to stay there, especially at the nicer ones. For the overall experience of the Whataburgers, I will continue to go back to them time and time again. I'm actually going to give them a perfect 10 on this because I think it was really, really good what they do. So, perfect 10 for Whataburger on the overall feeling. Now, before I say the final results of each category, I am going to say that either way, whatever happens, they're both amazing burger places, and the fast food industry is better for having each of them. Now, that being said, the final score of each burger place is pretty crazy. In-N-Out Burger gets an 87 out of 100. Whataburger gets an 86. It really could not have been any closer. Your total is In-N-Out Burger 87, Whataburger 86. In-N-Out Burger is officially the best burger place to date. And there you go. There it is, the official first Knicks pick. You have a winner, a loser. But in the end, is anyone really a loser? Because I got two full meals and I'm happy about it. Have a good night, everyone.